Hey guys, thanks for joining for the study on First John. Now we're going to do First John, Second John, and Third John, but now we're focusing in on First John, and we're just going to be doing chapter 1. Now this is only going to last for a couple of minutes, and the purpose of it is to get you guys to dialogue and us to share with one another what God is showing us through First John. So what I just want to start out with is at the beginning of it, where he says that which was from the beginning. And it's so cool because John is starting off just like he did his gospel, really, because in the gospel he says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. So this is the same atmosphere that he's coming out with, but it's also very clear that John has writing this very soon after he wrote the gospel. It's like he put his pen down for a moment and picked it back up and started writing again as he's continuing on these letters. So as he starts out the same way, he says, which we have heard, which we have seen with our eyes and looked upon and touched with our hands concerning the word of life. In other words, he's saying this is not just a once upon a time story. This is something that happened. It was an event that changed everything. This event, it's not like religions where they pass down a story from person to person and, hey, you just got to believe it. It's an event that changed the world and changed eternity. And so he's saying, this is something I've seen. I touched Christ. I have been with him. I have heard him. And he's carrying forth that message. He says, the life was made manifest, and have seen it and testified to it and proclaim to you the eternal life. And so what he's saying there is that it's eternal. What has happened has given you and I eternal life. This is an forever and ever and ever life story. So this gives excitement. Now you got to understand John's epistles, which is 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, is very much about joy. It's a lot about encouragement, encouraging the believers, and reminding us what Christ has done for us. Now as you finish through John, he's talking a lot about loving one another, like you loving me and us loving one another as believers. You see, John was very much love is why. Love is why was a message that John carried through all of his writings, even through Revelations. So as we look through this and we study it, remember that theme that's going through all of his letters. Now this first chapter is very short, so read it a couple of times so that you can grab hold of everything that John's trying to show you, and then comment on what God is showing you through this so that we can dialogue together. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for 1 John chapter 2.